Welcome to this presentation on how to write Introduction plus Literature Review for Management Dissertation, step by step. You can visit our website by clicking on link provided in comment sections or chat with us on WhatsApp on clicking link to get best expert help. Kindly subscribe us too.
The introduction chapter is the foundation of your dissertation. It should clearly define the research problem and explain why it is relevant. Begin by providing context. What is the background of the issue? Then, explain the scope. What will and will not be covered? It's crucial to highlight any gaps in current literature or practical problems that your research will address. This gives your work purpose and shows critical thinking. Always include your research aim and SMART objectives so readers understand what you intend to explore. This clarity helps keep your dissertation focused and aligned with your proposal. One trick to make this chapter stand out is to briefly mention how your findings might benefit the field or an organization. This sets a strong tone and demonstrates academic relevance early on. Keep your writing concise, avoid repetition, and cite references where appropriate to add credibility.
Your introduction should follow a logical flow. Think of it as a funnel. Start broadly with background and context, and then gradually narrow the focus to your specific research issue. After that, introduce your research aim and SMART objectives. These objectives must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Also, include a short paragraph summarizing your chosen methodology, qualitative, quantitative, or mixed methods, and briefly state why this approach is suitable. Another high-grade tip is to outline the expected impact or relevance of your research, whether it's practical, theoretical, or both. Finally, wrap up the chapter with a roadmap that outlines the structure of the entire dissertation. This gives your reader a clear idea of what to expect and how your argument will unfold. Keeping it structured, concise, and logically connected helps create a polished, professional opening chapter. Need help in this assignment? Visit our website or chat us on WhatsApp link given in comment sections. The literature review is more than a summary of existing work. It's a critical analysis of what has already been said in your chosen field. Begin by reviewing key themes, theories, and arguments from recent academic sources. Avoid simply describing studies. Instead, compare, contrast, and critique them. Use subheadings to organize content by theme rather than listing each author separately. Make sure your sources are up to date, ideally from the last 5 to 7 years, unless they're seminal works. By identifying what has been researched and where the gaps lie, you set the stage for your own research questions. This shows originality and academic rigor. A good strategy is to use a matrix or literature map to identify overlaps and inconsistencies in current studies. This will help you craft a narrative that logically leads to your own research. The more critical your review, the higher the likelihood of impressing your assessors. Many students struggle with literature reviews because they focus on summarizing instead of critically analyzing the literature. Avoid listing authors one by one. Instead, synthesize ideas around themes. For instance, compare how different authors approach leadership theory or remote work effectiveness. Another common error is using outdated or non-academic sources like blogs or company websites. Stick to peer-reviewed journals and credible texts. Don't ignore studies that contradict your views. Address them and explain your stance using evidence. This demonstrates academic maturity. Lastly, always link your literature back to your research questions and objectives. The review should create a clear rationale for why your research is necessary. One tip is to end your review with a paragraph that summarizes the gap in knowledge and how your study will address it. This transition builds a strong bridge between the review and the methodology chapter. To make your introduction and literature review chapters stand out, focus on clarity and precision in your writing. Use formal academic language, but avoid unnecessary jargon. Ensure all sources are cited correctly, whether using Harvard, APA, or another style, and stay consistent throughout. Reference management tools like Zotero or Mendeley can save time and prevent errors. Writing should be an iterative process. Don't aim for perfection on the first draft. Instead, review and revise for structure, flow, and grammar. Read your work aloud to spot awkward phrasing or weak transitions. Also, never underestimate the value of feedback. Share drafts with your tutor or academic peers for constructive input. They might spot gaps or weaknesses you missed. Finally, aim to finish your chapters early enough to allow at least one round of revisions. A polished introduction and literature review sets a solid tone for the rest of your dissertation and helps secure a strong grade.